Obie Lister and the Statesman Quartet.
Three to get ready now. Step on my blue suede. You can do anything, leg off of my blue suede. You can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. You can do anything that you want to do, but honey, take home my shoes. Step on my blue suede. You can do anything, leg off of my blue suede.
Each week by Nabisco National Biscuit Company, bakers of premium saltines, the saltines that are wrapped to stay fresher.
You can burn my house, steal my car, bring my liquor home.
On October the 4th, 1957, while the Americans were still finalizing their plans, Sputnik was launched.
The polio virus attacks certain kinds of nerve cells, and for hundreds of years it killed and crippled, especially children. By 1952, Dr. Jonas Salk and his research team at the University of Pittsburgh had developed a killed virus vaccine against polio. The effort to eradicate the disease started small, with Dr. Salk and his team immunizing a few thousand students in the Pittsburgh area. But soon, it became a nationwide mobilization to protect every child against the polio threat. Salk's vaccine and the live polio vaccine developed later by Albert Sabin were effective in controlling the viral disease.
United Nations troops push on in the cautious advance against the communists. An advance whose purpose, General Ridgway states, is not to seize ground, but to wipe out the enemy. And it's up to the infantry to clear out the pockets of die-hard communists. With the enemy falling back to the Han River, United Nations commanders had expected that the Reds would make their stand there. As the result of the clean United Nations sweep up the Korean Peninsula, the once proud capital of the Korean Republic is a mass of ruins whose able-bodied men have been carried off to forced service in North Korea. Children and the aged are left to see the liberation of their city.
The Suez Canal, storm center of controversy for weeks, now becomes a cause of war in a lightning sequence of diplomatic and military moves. Since its seizure and nationalization by President Nasser of Egypt, the vital waterway has precipitated a new crisis in the already tense Middle East. Crack French units are embarked at Marseille, bound for a joint staging area with Great Britain on Cyprus. Less than an hour's flight from Egyptian ports, where they are prepared for seizure of the canal by force. Simultaneously, Britain reinforces its garrison on the island for the same eventuality. A naval concentration in the eastern Mediterranean strengthens the military buildup, even as Israel, in a lightning attack, thrusts deep into Egypt to the vicinity of the canal. France and Britain issue a 12-hour ultimatum that all fighting must cease. Within hours of its expiration, Britain's warplanes are winging their way to Egypt, and its bombers attack 5 key cities, including Cairo.